Een hele goede morgen, goede avond, goede nacht. Welkom bij de vent. Welcome back, guys. As you noticed, today we're going to do a little bit talking about our experience between our work with retail and also about stuff we still like. So we're going to start today about movie posters and about how they are made up, what our favorites are, and what our worst are that we can think of. Basically.
100%, yeah.
So that's gonna be very nice to talk
We're
about.
not gonna do like a top something
No,
where we're gonna
no.
rank some, and we're gonna just throw a couple at each other.
We're gonna talk, and
Yeah.
we're gonna basically talk about it, and we're gonna talk between ourselves and put you guys between the whole conversation and that
Absolutely,
part.
yeah.
So you guys remember back in the day we did some kind of podcast. I removed them because I was not happy about the whole how that whole worked out. So this is like a throwback to that point, but not calling it a podcast, more like talking shit.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, yeah. So yeah, to be quite honest, do you have a favorite poster, like a favorite movie poster that you say, I really like the whole aesthetic of that one?
Yeah, that is from Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. Like the box art as a poster, that one was amazing in my opinion.
Let me check, because that is gonna be. I'm also gonna check on the telephone always.
Now that one really sums up the expectation of the movie, even though you haven't seen it. Those key people are in there, and that is one of the best movie posters that I had. That I've seen.
That one, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
absolutely.
With Aragorn. Yeah, I understand. The problem I think with that one.
Maybe we can put it somewhere.
Yeah, we're gonna show it in one of the corners or between here or whatever. We have to check what the most useful part on that is. Maybe we're gonna do it full screen and then blur ourselves a little bit out.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically what I see on this picture is a lot of brown tints, and you see indeed the Aragorn, the king.
Yeah.
But this is so 2000.
It is.
Every movie, like also with the Star Wars kind of stuff, it's always the same kind of setup. The big king is so. For these kind of movies, it's a cliche, but it's okay for that part.
It works.
Yeah.
If you did the Fellowship in that brown tone,
that won't fit.
No.
That won't fit.
No.
Because that is still climbing to hope, clinging to hope, you know. You still have a little bit green tone, a little bit happiness, a little bit lighter on it.
Yeah,
when
first,
the two
first like
towers,
half an hour of that movie is like jolly and happy and
exactly. And the second movie is a lot of dark, a lot of blue, and that's because it's like one of those clashes that they did, like the mid-story. So they really use for those movies, but also the boxes, they really use the good coloring scheme. Also to make it more complete, like one set. I really love that.
Another reason to love the trilogy.
Yeah, because it started with the green box, then the blue box, and then the red box. And the biggest part about the red one is it's like blood mixed with dirt, kind of reddish.
Yeah, and especially when you see the last battle.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's like murky.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
I really love that one. Now that you say, that's pretty cool to think about. Those
it's an underrated battle.
Yeah.
Even though it's the final one, but still, it's an underrated one.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody likes the big battles that was with
the battles of Valinor Field.
Yeah.
We're gonna dive in Lord of the Rings, maybe in a.
Well, we're gonna do that, but
we're gonna do that not today. So.
There's one thing I really love. The most beautiful poster I see are a couple of them.
Okay.
One of them is the old school Blade Runner poster.
Like the box art?
I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
Blade Runner poster I really like because if you look at that one. It's basically what also.
Again, we're gonna put it somewhere. Yeah.
But look at that. It's got the main character. It's also back in the day was one of those things that they always did. But in the 80s, they didn't use these kind of arts anymore. You know, And the biggest point about it is it says enough to look at the movie. It's like, I don't know if you Blade Runner or if you saw the last review we did about it, but Blade Runner is like, it is sci-fi, but meets noir.
It's also art house. In one shape or form.
Yeah, okay. It is sci-fi noir, I always say that. But to be quite honest, if you look at that picture, man, the first time I was a little boy when I saw it on a VHX video box, and I was like, damn, I want to see it. And I saw it and was like, what did I watch?
Yep.
It's so beautiful and stuff, and the art also, it's dark, it's grimy, but because of the lights, it doesn't look like, oh, there's sun, there's hope. It's like all artificial lights you see, and you feel them on that movie picture.
Yeah.
That's what I really liked about the Blade Runner. The other one I really, really like.
That's a good pick, though. Tell me what you guys like about our choices so far.
Hell yeah. The other one I really like is, again, it's split in two, because it's the first one I like is really simplistic.
Okay.
Maybe you can guess which one it is. It is from an anime, by the way.
Akira.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. From the top. The one, yeah. Isn't that used?
This one.
Yeah.
Just look at it.
Oh no, a bit from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like hovering above with a drone or whatever. But you see Akira, you see him walking to his bike, and his bike is just like horizontal standing there.
Yeah.
But because of the color, it's like really nice bluish, whitish color, and you see that red. And you
It
see
also reminds me a bit of the Fargo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fargo, I lost the
that's
movie, but yeah.
If you take the white version, not the blue version, it almost resembles the exact same thing. And like no, it's white and red, but still. If I see that one or the Fargo one, I immediately think of one way or the other.
But that, let me check for that.
Of the movie,
the old one,
not
right?
of the series. Yeah.
Fargo movie approach.
Yeah. That one did remind me.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a really old one.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I guess that's from the late.
I know
70s?
this one.
Yeah.
But not this one.
No, I mean the.
You mean that one?
Yeah,
It's 1996 one.
1996. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Nice. And the other one is also from anime, but that's just because I think I'm really biased about that one. Is the Ghost in the Shell one?
Oh, which one? Because there are a lot of them.
I know.
Not the 2006 one, I think.
No. This one.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Not because of
The obvious things.
the obvious things,
but still.
but if you see
is
the
that
post-
from the opening scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look at that picture and you put that side to side next to Blade Runner, what do you see? You see a complete dystopia.
Yeah.
You see sci-fi, but also old school sci-fi.
Yeah.
And what you see there is it gives a vibe that says for me at least, it says, let's go. I want to see this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Same with Metropolis, the old school movie from the 1920s.
26?
Yeah. No, something like that. It's like
Yeah,
the really old
2021.
one.
Yeah.
Not 2021, the 1920s.
No, the 1920,
something like that.
26, 21. Yeah.
It's also dystopian.
Yeah.
And there is an anime movie from it also. And that's like Blade Runner, also really dystopian. And
Cool.
of this, dystopian, utopian, I forgot always there's a word for it. But those kind of movies where the technology is basically futuristic, but old school futuristic. That's what I really love about it. And that's what I like about to see pictures, you know. I see a lot of pictures of movies these days that are all the same. It's like you're watching a bit... I know I don't have to say sorry for the Star Wars fans, because I'm a Star Wars fan, but just look at the pictures these days. What do you see? You see all the same kind of Star Wars pictures all the time. We got a mess shop, we got the stuff there, we got stuff there. It's not.
If you take the Infinity War and the Avengers game, you have the good guys over here, the bad guys over here, the other way around.
And they all watching either to the
Almost the
left
same.
or to the right.
And there's
and there's
something
also
in the middle.
always one person that looks the other way, and that's it. Because that's the rebellish character.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Fubar
that's
shit.
annoying. That's annoying.
Oh, I really hate that stuff. The ones that I also like, I have to show you guys in the screen, but those are the old school Gaiju posters from Godzilla and stuff. Yeah,
Like the ones we have.
like the one there.
Yeah, from the early 50s.
50s
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Just look.
I like the
aesthetic of
2001
these-
as well.
That one.
Yeah.
That
There's
one.
a bit of this.
Yeah. All those pictures from the 50s, the 60s. I
Yeah.
got a, I don't know where I have it, but I got a book with all 50, 60 posters.
Wow, that's a
And the beautiful
Mecha
thing is,
Godzilla and stuff. Mecha.
yeah, but also like the romantic ones, like from, there's also one that is for Casablanca, for example.
Yeah, okay.
Move picture.
Yeah, yeah.
But those pictures, if you look at those movie posters, you see there's been artists at work.
Mm-hmm.
It's really painted or drawn, or it's really compensated with the correct ways of doing it.
Mhm.
These days it's just going like, oh, you want that, sure, no problem, let's do it, okay, that's done, yeah, let's edit it. Back in the day were like really
Some of them
art
were paintings.
pieces. Yeah,
Actually, yeah.
really. And this one also with Godzilla, just basically, if you see this kind of stuff on a wall, you just want, at least
You just
I want
want
to
it.
say, I want it.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, but yeah, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and now I'm taking all the lead. But you were talking also. What's another movie picture for you that you say this is a good one or a bad one?
I said the Return of the King already.
Yeah.
I want to dive into a absolutely 100% classic where you're gonna agree with me.
Yeah.
The Exorcist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I get chicken bone, chicken
Chicken,
skin,
chicken
skin?
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Yeah, I get that one again because the Exorcist standing in front of the house is absolutely horrifying. And the thing is, if you watch it, you haven't seen the movie or anything, you just look at that picture.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
It does not look horror or anything. It looks like a Jack the Ripper poster or anything,
Yeah.
or like a British.
But because of the way
Detective
the,
movie or
the
anything.
light is falling.
Yeah.
Because if you look at I pick it, I take it with my telephone together. But just think about it. You see the light from the left to the right side.
Yeah.
And it's shining on the guy.
Mhm.
But the light above, that actually is a light, doesn't show any shadows what actually is.
Yeah.
And that makes the whole picture
all
a
scary.
little bit freakier.
Yeah.
Because if you go to a noir or whatever film, you
Mhm.
always see the shadow.
Yeah.
And that's because there's only one light source.
Yeah.
Now you have two light sources with exactly one light source. Basically doesn't do jack basically.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing is about you can fill that light source in on two ways.
Mhm.
It's holy,
Yeah.
it's evil, or whatever, because the one
The
light
light
source doesn't give any light, while it gives light to the top only.
True.
The other one shines through us as a freaking beacon of God.
Yeah.
And that's why it is so unsettling for me, because the light is different way to, it's a different way to look at the picture, because everybody see just the shadow and it's
And isn't the
creepy
guy
as hell.
like a little bit more
It's a little
looking
bit
towards
tilt,
the light?
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why it's more. If you look really
It's
hard
a
at
really
those pictures,
it's a really ominous
yeah,
poster.
Yeah,
And that's
really.
what I absolutely love about it, because it doesn't show you the straight horror it will project on you during the whole movie. Because
no,
that is, spoiler for me, the most scary movie I've ever seen.
Yeah?
Without a single doubt. Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
I've
think
watched
it was
it
for me
3
E.T.
times. Yeah, that opening scene was creepy.
Yeah,
But The Exorcist for me is the most scary movie of all time.
damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
and especially when you hear the tune that's from what they
Tubular
from
Bells.
Tubular Bells.
Yeah.
Basically, we're in Netherlands, though. That was Bassie and Adriaan and the Plaaggeest.
Yeah.
Uh,
True.
That
Yeah,
was
as
really
well.
horror.
Yeah.
By the way, though, that series with the plague, that was really horror. Yeah.
That was scary.
That was really scary.
Maybe we need to do a video about like.
I got the
Bas en
series on
Adriaan,
top, right?
Ernst de Poppy.
Yeah, I got the
Yeah.
Bassie and Adriaan and the Plages have a good DVD. I got the DVD, so we can
Cool.
watch it. But really, those pictures, those movie pictures, that if you really look into it, it's really beautiful to see. But if you really think about the composition also with this, you see all the kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This is like really an art.
You
with
think
what
it's
they
really
know.
simple,
Yeah.
but there's more to it.
Same with. Yeah, we're gonna take another one. Same with. No, I'm gonna say which movie are you thinking about? Which movie do you think about if I say? Well, that's an easy one for you guys also. If I say Ash,
Pikachu.
that's a
No.
good one.
Evil Dead.
I saw a movie poster from.
Is it with the hand?
Yeah. This one.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing is it's so simplistic. It's so. How do you say it? It's so simple.
Straightforward.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's so straightforward, and it's not overloading with all kinds of stuff on it, like you need, like you have ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
It's so. This is it, done,
Yeah.
and it works.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Same with that one, the video bond, the VH1 I have.
Yeah.
I really loved that box art of that, but there is also a poster on it from the video store where a friend of mine worked, had a poster from that box art,
Oh,
and that's
awesome.
so freaking awesome.
That is awesome.
But yeah, those are like the simplistic ones that I really love. It's not. It's same with Conan, the old Conan
Yeah,
poster
with
was
the
also
sword.
nice. Yeah, it's
It's just a bit like Highlander.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody knows these days the Highlander box art with
Absolutely.
only the sword and a name.
No. Yeah, I know them, but I really like the old one.
I really love that one.
So I think we made our point with some of our.
Yeah, these are
Poster
all-
arts, I
Yeah,
think.
and if you got some, please share that and
Yeah.
just tell us, because we really want to know what your favorite poster is, or what your
Absolutely.
favorite
Yeah.
art on the poster, and why, of course.
So we can totally destroy your opinion.
Yeah, exactly, because it's an. I know. I mean,
Because ours is only valid.
yeah.
Heerlijk.
I know.
Alright.
So yeah, basically what we were talking about, first one was the posters, but now we we talked a little bit what we're going to talk about with our work. Look, where we work there like 8 years almost now, right? 7, 8 years.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been working here since 2017, so
Yeah.
going strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing is, we've been there a couple of years, so as you notice, and we saw a lot of game console releases also,
And the biggest.
and the biggest.
Yeah, we talked about this, and I think for me personally, the biggest release was the Switch.
Yeah, the Switch was insane. PS5 also, by the way. The Xbox Series was not a big one.
No, but those were very slow.
Yeah.
They were slowly getting into, and the Switch was like, here's games and console,
Yeah.
deal with it.
Yeah, the funniest thing is when the Switch was going to release, I remember one big thing. Hey, what do I have here? Oh, glove. Nice. The Switch was one thing I remember. The Switch was not even out a week,
Mm-hmm.
and someone came in. I want to turn it in.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
basically, this guy was always one of our customers that always came. But he bought the Switch, and he said, "I don't like it." Less than 2 hours later, he had a new one,
Wow.
and he turned it in. And less than 2 hours later, he got another one. I don't know why you will buy 3 Switches in one day and turn them in. I was like,
Yeah.
that's not correct. But the person, nice man, but hey, there were of
It
course.
seems sketchy. It
It
seems
does.
sketchy.
I
absolutely.
really like to explain, but I cannot, because the guy is a really good guy.
Yeah.
But the only thing he could be happy about was when he bought stuff.
Yeah. I can see
So
that. Yeah.
it was turned in, and it was good for our numbers, basically.
Absolutely.
For us, for our numbers. And the funniest thing is, we got it. We have to hold it 3 days. At least we had to.
Same as us.
3 days later, it came into the store and when I went to work, I opened the door, I turned on the computer and it was like, bam, all 3 already sealed.
Yep.
What was the original price was like 400 or something?
385, I think.
Yeah, around 400-ish.
Yeah.
And it was like, you came in and it was like done. And I was like,
why not? Yeah.
sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Switch went insane fast.
What I still remember about that release, not so sincerely the consoles, but Super Smash.
Oh.
And the thing was, what was really weird, and it happened with Mario Kart as well. There was one guy who came to the store, like we closed around 6 in the afternoon, and he came into the stores like a half hour before closing time, and those games were, I think, released at the exact same time. I could be wrong.
Maybe a couple of weeks separate or something.
And he came with those games 2 days prior the release date.
He was one of those big sellers,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So
a lot of those.
when a game comes out, we have to request with a barcode to our pricing office, and they will give us a price. So, being a game that has not been released, and we send out a barcode, our pricing office is like, "Do you have it in store? Like, could you send us pictures?" And we send the pictures to our pricing office, and they were like, "How did you get it? Like 2 or 3 days before the release date?" So, and we were like, "We really want to know as well, but we want to buy it as well."
Yeah.
So we bought it immediately, and that is still the record that somebody has bought it in our store.
Like 2 days before.
2 days before, we put it up on our website, and it got sold within 2 minutes.
Yeah, of course.
That was insane. We bought it in, I put it away on the shelves, and then my colleague said, like, "Could you grab it again?" It got sold again. Like, that's a record. And that is still the record that I have with an online order.
Damn.
But
No,
that's the most thing I remember about the Switch release.
Yeah, the funniest thing about that by the way, this is something really funny, because we're talking about where we work with the second-hand stuff and used stuff.
Yeah.
But you know that officially they cannot even sell it to us yet.
They're illegal.
Because there is an embargo on it when it is a release, or because it can even give fines for it.
That's
if you want to go for new, because
Yeah.
you're second-hand, so there is no embargo.
No.
And if there is, we didn't buy it from one of the retailers, so
And that's what you see with all of the YouTubers that have like a new iPhone release movie or a new
They
Samsung
all
TV
have-
release movie.
yeah, they all have
contracts.
embargoes.
All have it, yeah.
Contracts and embargoes. So
Even with promotion videos.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's really insane, because the Switch was nice, but also the games. I remember that guys came in with like stacks, but also stacks of special editions.
Yep.
Legend of Zelda, A Link
Yeah.
to the Past.
Yeah.
No, not A
Those-
Link to the Past.
Um,
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those white boxes.
Yeah.
And I think at one moment in all of the company we had like 30 of them.
Yeah, and
Every single store had a lot of them, and
it took less than a month to get them all out.
yep. And a lot of stuff got them.
Oh,
Still,
a
I think
lot,
you
yeah.
have one.
No, I don't have it. The funniest thing is, and that's maybe not with her, that we're gonna save this one for a later time, because this is just it's pretty fresh.
Mhm.
It's the Starlink story, and
Oh.
I want to do that on a later time. But I really want to do that one.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Okay.
But then I really love to.
All right. So the next release.
PS5.
Was
I
the
want to
PS5
talk about
release.
that one, man.
Yeah.
That one
Yeah.
was really up and top nightmare to do,
Yeah.
because the PS5 came out,
Yeah.
and a lot of freaking
Delay.
sharks. Yeah,
Delayed. Yeah.
A lot of sharks came by. But the funniest thing is, everybody made it impossible to buy them from Sony and so.
Yep.
So the sharks sell them the first month really high, and they did. But after they came, Sharks get stuck with them.
Yep.
Guess what happens? We give like the freaking high price for it.
We gave more than the
Yeah.
original selling price.
Yeah,
Because we were selling them for 700.
750 euros.
Yeah, and we gave
545
550.
if I'm correct.
Yeah. So that was
It was insane.
50 euros
Yeah.
more than the regular
Yeah.
selling price.
So basically that was because it was around the December months and
Yeah.
everybody wanted that. you
Yeah,
know.
but people were paying like
Yeah.
up to 1,000 euros
And
for.
the freaking insanest part about this is there were no good games yet for the PS5. To be quite honest,
No.
none. So
Like you had Astrobot, I think. You had
no, there was a
something
free one.
That was a free one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you had
basically-
Miles Morales.
Yeah, but it was also PS4.
Yeah, true. And you could play PS4 games
Yeah.
on the PS5.
So basically what you were buying was an upgrade for the PS4. Because
Yeah.
there were no basically really good PS5 games yet.
Mhm.
Yes,
they're
guys.
still coming out.
Yeah,
Finally.
and also on PS4 to be quite honest.
Really.
Yeah, that's the same. But people were buying them for 700 to 1,000 euros. If you wanted the disc drive one, you get 1,000 euros almost. If you wanted the digital
A friend
one,
of
it
mine
was
bought one for
700.
900 euros.
I mean, what the actual foobar are you thinking
Yeah.
about spending that much money? You just wait a year. What is your opinion about that part? Are you
Yeah.
really, are you one of those guys that really buy a console unreleased to just say, look, I got a PS6, for example, PlayStation 6? Or are you like one of those guys like myself that say, no, I'm gonna wait when it is a little bit out and see what's
Yeah.
going out and then buy them for either the new price or this used price. But yeah, I really want to know what you guys think about that.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. The only.
Yeah, you were doing a nice one.
I think. Yeah, I got it with a friend of mine. I still don't have one.
Yeah.
But I did get one with a friend of mine, and he got it from the store, so he paid the normal price.
Yeah.
I think the only one that I got on release was my PlayStation 4. I think because I totally skipped the PlayStation 3.
Really?
Yeah, I went from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 4.
Nice.
So I was like, woo! No more pixels! Awesome! And I got it, and I got it with the order 18.
Oh, or the 1980.
Something like that.
Something.
Yeah,
Of
18 something. Yeah,
1884? I don't know.
something like
Anyway,
that. At that time, I thought it was a shit game,
Yeah,
even though it's a good game eventually. But
short, but.
I got it for the release price, and a week later, the prices dropped. And I was like, should have kept waiting, but I first got my first adult payment money,
Yeah.
so I was like, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. I really understand, but yeah, those.
And
plays-
going from PlayStation 2 to 4 and skipping the
the three-
very expensive PlayStation 3.
the first ones were good, but
Yeah.
that's a story for a different day.
Yeah.
So coming back to it, PlayStation 5 when the release also, there were people that's coming in, and that was when the Corona was also.
2020,
Yeah.
I think.
Corona
Yeah.
was also, and people had to make an appointment to turn stuff in or come by to buy stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'll never forget. They came in with an order for, what was it? I thought around 50 PlayStation 5s.
Yeah, I heard that story. When I heard that story, I was like totally blown away, but not surprised as well.
And the guy came to the door. Yeah, I got a drop and go. And the guy came on and he put like a pallet wagon full of those. Literally full of those. And I was like, how the actual hell do you do this?
Yeah.
And he came and he said already, yeah, look, we have to test the stuff. Well, we always
Every
say,
single
with
one.
every item we have to test. If it is new, whatever, we have to test
If it's
it.
still sealed, we still have to test it
Yeah.
for like errors.
Yeah.
Because once I got a laptop, open it up, was completely sealed, turn it on, blue screen,
Yeah, and
nothing. Nothing.
You already know them. That's why we always had a tester. But we already told them, the guy, like, yeah, this is gonna take a long time. What do you mean? Yeah, what I mean, you got 50 PlayStation 5s.
Yeah.
And
Usually it's around 45 minutes.
No. Yeah, depends on
Yeah.
who you're asking, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
If you're asking me, I take 30 minutes, less.
Yeah.
I think the max I need these days are 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
But back
Just
in the
check
day,
the file.
because you didn't know how to use it yet,
Yeah,
it takes
absolutely.
20 minutes or something, say 30 if you're really slacking off. And to be quite honest, when it was Corona, I was slacking off a little bit.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. So just remember, 50 of those, it takes 2 days. But we had a lot of stuff still coming in that also.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what we said is take us until the end of the week, but we also need to ask for bulk basically.
Yeah.
So that's if a person delivers too much of the same stuff. He didn't have any bulk,
No, of course.
none. But we had
Yeah.
to pay. We had to make the money over to buy transfer
Yeah, because it was like 20,000.
around that.
Yeah.
A little bit. So yeah, basically that
That's
was
a lot.
one of those days where you really don't want to wake up.
Yeah.
And everything was suck and everything was fine.
I get that. So besides the PlayStation 5, we also had the Xbox.
Yeah.
But that pretty much goes hand in hand, except on a less amount because
Xbox was
Yeah.
really, you know, the biggest problem. I don't know at your store, but here where I live, Xbox is not like really wanted.
now in
I think also
like
in
the thing is, he
Netherlands.
lives in the east of the Netherlands where we are right now, and I live in the west of the Netherlands. And over there, it's of course it's less than the PlayStation 5 because everybody grew up
Yeah.
basically playing
PlayStation, Nintendo, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
But Xbox was also very accessible for us as well.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot of customers who are looking at Xbox 360 games,
Yeah.
like a lot of them. And so when Xbox One and the Xbox Series came out,
Yeah, the series.
a lot of people were actually asking for them. So I think in my store we had a lot of more people asking for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I got like 2 or 3 of those persons, and
No,
they
we had
wanted.
like 15 of them,
Jesus.
like asking, "Do you have them?"
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we have one of them, and that's already sold. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, we got like.
they were
3.
scarce, absolutely.
Yeah.
However, when they came in, they sold out immediately, and now
We still don't have them.
no,
We got.
we got so many
these days.
PlayStation
This
5s.
is really straight. These days, PlayStation 5, we sell them, but not as much anymore.
No.
If we got an Xbox Series, if we have it,
It
it's
will
sold.
sell out. Yeah.
It's immediately gone.
Yep.
So what the PlayStation did at the beginning, the Xbox is doing now.
That's
really
it's
strange.
like
Yeah.
other way around.
Other way, I understand. If you look at the PlayStation 5
Mhm.
Pro, I understand everybody switching over to the Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the releases I also remember, and these are more like a niche thing to be quite honest, are the Super Nintendo Mini, the Nintendo
Oh, yeah.
Mini,
Yeah.
the PlayStation Mini.
And the there was one other one.
The Sega Mega Drive
Mega
Mini,
Drive,
yeah.
yeah.
Those mini consoles, they were hype. And to be quite honest,
They're good.
understandable good. Because
Yeah.
if you just looked up, by the way, don't do this. I'm disapproving of piracy. But if you mod it a little bit with the software,
Every
believe
single
me,
game was
every
available.
single game. So, and I think that's also the problem that Nintendo finds these days also. But hey, then
What
bring
can you do?
something
Yeah.
out, then reprint stuff for the Switch or put it on online
Mhm.
because legacy has to be protected. That's a
They're
story
still doing that.
for
Yeah.
another
For another video. Yeah.
for another video because I got a lot of stuff to say about that.
Yeah.
But those releases were like the PlayStation 1, no, was not that kind of good of a release.
It went down real fast.
But the Nintendo and the
Nintendos are still like so.
yeah, they sell that much. The Sega sell.
What I really liked about that release is that they kept the short cables
Yeah,
from the
really
controllers.
short. Yeah.
Like the thing is, you had to be in front of the television back in the day.
Yeah.
It's a little bit weird right now to sit in front of a 65-inch OLED display with.
You have to look left or
You're
right.
like,
Oh,
oh,
Mario's going
Oh,
for
Mario
left.
Kart is like horrible right now. But still, it still is amazing.
Yeah. It was a good release.
And it gives you vibes to get like a 20-inch monitor or something, or a 20-inch TV to go back into those days, or maybe get like an HDMI converter from a CRT TV or something like that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So I love that concept. So what of the releases we had in our store, which is the crappiest?
You mean from the consoles?
Consoles, handheld, not games. Consoles.
Okay. The crappiest in the beginning. Oh man, that's really strange to say. What is the crappiest I had? I think.
Like of the main ones. I'm not talking about like emulators and stuff.
No. You're talking
Because
about
we
PlayStation 5 series.
Yeah. Which
Switch.
no, not the crappiest. Maybe say like the.
At least wanted was the
At least
Xbox
wanted.
back in the day. Now everybody wants one, but back in the day the Xbox was just standing there, and it was sold immediately. But if you look at what the PlayStation did, in contrast of the Xbox,
Yeah.
the Xbox was just the crappiest release. But if you look back on it, the Xbox, to be quite honest, I'm a PlayStation guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I must say, Xbox is and stays the best one. If you
But
look at backwards compatible, but also the service.
The Game Pass.
Not exactly the Game Pass, just the service on the Xbox itself.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a curse with Xbox. Basically, every time I buy an Xbox or whatever,
It will break.
it breaks down. So I was like, fuck that, I'm going for the PlayStation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
yeah, what's
think-
yours then?
I think I'm gonna go for a handheld.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna say the Steam Deck.
Really?
And I think a lot of people will be surprised by this.
Yeah, because me too. Because every
Because
time we have a
I'm-
Steam Deck,
I'm
sold immediately.
absolutely. But what about the OLED? Was it that big of an improvement?
No.
No. Why would you go for an OLED version for a better screen than for a regular one? I would really want to ask that. Like, and some games are
Are you not
excellently
talking about?
played, but
Are you not talking about the Steam or the Switch?
Steam Deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the OLED, the only thing is that the colors are darker, and if you like,
And then there's an orange button.
yeah, well, would you forget? I mean, the OLED is good quality on the screen, but especially on colors. But that's it.
Yeah.
At least what I know.
I don't get that release because it's so short after another. We still don't have a pro version of the Switch.
No, but we don't
We
get that.
don't have an OLED.
No, but we
we
don't.
have an OLED. But
We don't get that because they're now talking
But
about the Switch too.
I was expecting to go for a Switch Pro
Yeah, but
with an OLED screen and higher FPS.
but they don't do that.
That
You
would
know,
surprise me as well.
You know the funniest thing is, this is just going a little bit off topic because I like to talk about consoles
Yeah.
and games. To be quite honest.
These videos are the longest videos,
Yeah.
by the way. So
These are really long.
Yeah.
But the Switch,
Mhm.
that's a big problem of a big. Well, it's not a problem. It's basically beautiful.
mhm.
The funniest thing is, if you go for a Nintendo, stuff always keeps first off value, but also
Yeah.
it always works.
Yeah.
The cartridges of the Switch, everything. Basically, the Switch is nothing than an outdated tablet these days.
Basically. Yeah.
But because the Switch is so good, built, so beautifully built, easily to use, and especially for people with small
And you
kids
can
and stuff.
immediately play it with two people.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's what is the power of Nintendo.
Yep. And make crappy Joy-Cons.
True, but that's why you got Pro controllers or
Yeah.
cheap ass fuck stuff.
Body controllers.
Yeah.
Which
But
always work.
That's why. And now they're talking about Switch 2 that's also backward compatible. That will be nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those were a little bit of our releases.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we were sitting here around another hour.
Probably, yeah.
So tell us what is your meaning about of your point of view on buying it on release for high prices, or later on, or what is your favorite movie poster and why?
Let us know your hot takes.
Yeah.
I really want to hear those.
So let us know, leave it in the comments, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Hey, this is just for us venting a little bit. So see you next time on the vent and on the next video.
Right. Cheers.
Cheerio.